I've noticed that a lot of the men on my men's self-improvement group, one of the biggest things that they struggle with is discipline. And what is discipline exactly? Well, I suppose everyone's got their own different definition, but me personally, I would describe discipline as doing things that you don't really want to do, you don't really fucking hell, you don't really feel like doing, but you do them anyway because you know that it needs to be done, because it might have some sort of future benefit. Well, if you do want to become more disciplined, I think one of the first things you need to do, you need to kind of accept this. You need to what's the word? You need to acquire a new mindset. You need to reprogram your brain. Now, you need to see yourself as a masculine man. You need to see yourself as a provider, a protector. Because as men, that's pretty much what we are. You know, we're the fathers, we're the husbands, providers, protectors. That has been our role throughout all of history. And yes, we might live in a modernised world right now, but that doesn't mean that we still don't have the responsibility to be leaders, to be men. And as providers, as protectors, we need to be strong, we need to be confident, we need to be capable and reliable. We cannot do that if we are not disciplined. And whenever you are faced with a situation, maybe it's that you want to, you need to go to the gym, right? Maybe you've had a long day at work and now it's time to go to the gym. You know, you need to do some workout or whatever you're doing. You need to think, right, yes, I might not feel like it, I know I'm exhausted, but you need to think to yourself, this needs to be done. Not, I don't feel like doing it, so I'm not going to go. You need to do that anyway. You need to think, what would a masculine man do? What would a provider do in this situation? He would go to the gym. Not because he feels like doing it, not because he wants to do it, but because he knows it needs to be done. Because we cannot be confident, we cannot be capable, we cannot be reliable, we can't be strong if we're not in a physically good condition. You know, we have to take care of ourselves, we have to exercise, you know, we have to at least have some sort of, you know, physique to us, because as men, we've got to keep people safe. And the way I see it is, you need to not see going to the gym as work, as something hard, something intense, something difficult. Obviously, it is all of those things, but don't see it as work. See it as duty, as purpose. Because as a man, it is your duty to provide. It is your duty to protect, and all the things that I've previously mentioned. And also, when you're faced with a situation like this, you need to think to yourself, if I skipped the gym every time I didn't feel like it, and let's say you don't feel like it 90% of the time, or even once a week, for example. If you skip the gym once a week for the next year, you are losing out on 52 gym sessions. Now that's a lot. So you are in effect losing out on 52 weeks of progress. Is that something you want to do? A year from now, you're going to look back and you're going to think, I really regret doing that. I've lost 52 weeks of progress. Now, imagine how you're going to feel. You're going to regret it. You're not going to want that. So you have to look back and think, or in fact, no, you have to look forward and think, what would future me do? What would future me be thinking right now? You need to be in the present. You need to be the kind of guy that your future self is going to be thankful for. Think about it like this. Like, let's say you're looking back, because we all look back at his mistakes. We all look back at the times that, you know, we did something we regret doing. Let's say you're 17 again, for example. Let's say you're back in school and, I don't know, let's say for example that you've just shat yourself, right? you're gonna look back and you're gonna think, I really wish I didn't eat that fucking curry or whatever you had. I really regret not going to the toilet when I had the chance. And obviously you're gonna look back on that and you're never gonna do it again because you know what happened. You knew the outcome. Let's say if your 17-year-old self had the gift of foresight and could see what was going to happen in the future, you wouldn't do that, would you? You would make sure that you had a shit before, going to school or whatever, and you wouldn't have felt that embarrassment. Well, try to see discipline like that. You're not working for the here and now. You are working for the future. You are building a better future for yourself. So it's important to discipline yourself. Don't do what you feel like doing, because think about it, 17-year-old you, for example, probably didn't feel like going for a shit, probably didn't want to go to the toilet, or probably felt like having that curry or whatever you ate. Always think, as a man, you should always be in control of your emotions, because when your emotions control you, you become unstable, you make bad decisions, and then those bad decisions come back to bite you in the future. Well, let's think of it like that, guys. So if you want to be more disciplined, you've got to put that in mind. Every decision that you make, you've got to make with longevity in mind. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got to say about discipline right now. So if you'd like to connect with me more personally, I run a men's self-improvement group on Facebook. Check out the link in the description. I hope this video was valuable to you. If it was, be sure to leave a like, a comment and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed that video. That's all I want to say about that. Bye.